What's up? It's Sudoku with Joy. My name is Sudoku. Today we have Empty Clues Equal Rules by Fractal Okay, no more Sudoku rules apply. All killer cages must have the same sum. Interesting. Cells separated by an X must sum to 10, and cells separated by V must sum to 5. All XV pairs are given. Now that's interesting. Okay, and it's a 6 by 6. Okay, so normal Sudoku rules. So 1 to 6 in every row, column, and 2 by 3 box. All of these cages have the same sum. That is interesting. That is interesting. And then cells separated by an X must sum to 10, and all separated by a V must sum to 5, which is like the Roman numeral X means 10, V means 5. All XV pairs are given, so that means a 4 and a 6 are never going to see each other. Okay, so what can these be? So this 3 has to equal those 2. This 3 has to equal those 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals, so this is, that's 6, 12, 17, 21? Yeah. Yeah, that's 21. Okay. So these 3 have to equal 21. Okay, so what does that mean? One of these digits plus this equals 7. So does that mean that they all have to equal 7? Seven, 7, and 7. Is that right? I don't know if that's right. Let's figure it out. So if this is, say, 1, 2, 4, which is the only way to get 7, then we would need 3, 5, or 6. No, so it's not 7. Okay. Now this equals 21, but this does not equal 7. All right, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. That's good. Okay, so we know, so I think a 1 has to be in here, right? So I want to say, let's see, if a 1 is in here, because if a 1 is in here, then this would have to equal 7, but then you could not get 7 out of that without a 1, because 2, 3, 4 would be the minimum, and that'd be 9. Okay, so 1 has to be in here. So it has to equal 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay, and I'm just going to put 6, 7, 8, or 9 up there. So if this is 1, if it's a 6, it'd have to be 1, 2, 3, and then this would be 4, 5, 6. So that could not equal 6. So if this is 7, which we've already figured out, it would have to be, so then this would be 1, 2, 5, or 1, 3, 4. And then here would be 3, 4, 6. But let's change that to 2, 5 to 3, 1, 3, 4, and then this would be 2, 5, 6, and then this could be 2, 6, and then this could be a 5. And then this could also be a 5, and then that could be a 3, and then this could be a 2, 6 pair again, and that could be a 1, 4. Okay, so 8 works pretty well. But what about 9? Let's try 2, 3, 4. This would be 1, 5, 6. So that does not work. But if I knock out, this could be 1, 3, 5. And then this is 2, 4, 6. Does not work. Could I do, we could do 1, 2, 6. Is that right? 1, 2, 6. So then this is 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then this could be 3, 5, and then this would be a 4. 3, 5 equals, oh wait, hang on, no, hang on. We were trying for 9. So this would be 4, 5 pair, and then this would be a 3. Okay. So, if this is, whatever one of these digits, all right, let's try this out. I'm going to try that. So this digit, I'm going to have it green, is down here somewhere. So then this digit I'm sorry, not that one. It has to be here, right? Because if this was here, this would also be here, and it can't be. That's impossible. Okay, so then we're going to go blue and yellow, and then blue and yellow. Okay, and then we know, oh, wait a minute, hang on a second. This was 1, 2, 6, and then this was 4, 5, and 3. Is that right? Or instead of 6, 1, 2, and 5, and then this became a 3, 4, 6. No, was this was a 1, 3, 4, sorry, then 2, 5, 6, and then this would be a 2, 6, and then this was a 5. And then that'd be a 5, 3, and then that's a 2, 6 again. So then this would have to be a 6, then this would have to be a 2, because otherwise this would be a 2, 5, and then that would equal 6, which is impossible because of the x and v sums we're given. This can no longer be a 4, so then this is a 1, 3 over here. And then this would be a 1, 4. Okay. That does not help me out. Okay, it does help me out because it gives me options, but let's get out of here for a second. So I'm just going to fill out these while we're at it. So we have, what color did I not choose? Blue and yellow, orange, there it is. Ay, 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 staring right at me. Okay, so it has to be like that. Now, does that help me out in any other way? So we know that the greens are going to be there. And then this is 8 or 9. Okay. So we know that the, wait, hang on. So we know that the 1, 2 is down here, right? No, we know that the 1 is down there, and then so 1 has to be up here. And then this was a 1, 2, 5, and 3, 4, 6. No. Oh my goodness. How many times have I done this? 1, 3, 4, and this is a 2, 5, 6. So this would be a 2, 6, and then that's a 5. It's a 2, 6, that's a 5, that's a 3, then that's a 1, 4. Right? And then that's an 8. Can we do that with 9? I know I've already done this. Oh, and then this could not be a, that would have to be a 6, 2. Then that cannot be a 4. Then this could not be a 2. Okay. So then, okay, so let's just say that that's a 6, that's a 2. So then this could not be a 3, that could not be a 4. So then this would have to be a 4. That would have to be a 3. 3, and then that would have to be a 1. 6, 9, 6, 9, okay. All right, that all works. Okay, and then we could place that as a green. And then we know that this would equal 8 as well. Cannot be a 1, so this is either a 2, 6, or 3, 5. We know that that cannot be a 3, 6. This is a 2 or a 5. This cannot be a 5. So that's a 2. This would be a 6. 6, 3. Okay. 2, 6, or 3, 5. This cannot be a 3, 2, so then this would have to be a 5, which puts that as a 3. Okay, so then that would be a green, then this one would be pink, Then we know pinks would be here. And then pinks would be up here. Okay. Now, then we know that, what do we know? The 4 cannot be here. So 4s would go up here. But then 4s would also go down here, and then that would equal 5s. Okay, so I am going to make the decision that 9 is what we're going with. 9's the answer. Okay, so then we know, okay, so then this has to be a 1, 3, 4. 2, 6, no wait. No, so this can't be so 1 has to be here. 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5 is 9. So then this was 2, 4, 6. So that's not it. No. It's 1, 2, 6. That's what I was looking for. Conio 1, 2, 6. So then this is a 3, 4, 5. Which so this is going to be 4, 5. So that's going to be, this is a 3. So that's a 3. That's going to be a 6. This can no longer be a 2. This cannot be a 4. So that's going to be a 5. That's a 4. And then I'm going to choose a color. That's going to be blue. And that's going to be yellow. Okay. So then this has to be a 1, 2. And we know that that has to be the 2. That's a 1. And I'm going to choose that color as well. All right. There we go. Now we're cooking. Then this is a 4, 5. Oh, didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. Okay, so that's a 4, 5. This is a 1, 2, 6. This can no longer be red. No, this can no longer be orange. Okay. Okay, so then this has to be 9. It cannot, so this has to be either a 3, 6 or 4, 5. This cannot be a 6 or a 5. This cannot be a 3. That cannot be a 4. So that's a 3. That's going to be a 6. And let's color that as well, just to get us going. That can no longer be, so that's going to be a 1. We're going to remove the 1 options from there. And then also the reds. Oh, this can no longer be oh no, wait, I'm sorry. It can still be a 2. What am I thinking? I'm going out of my mind. All right, so we can pencil mark. I deleted those pinks earlier, but I didn't need to because it's still the same cells. I was just being a fool. So then this is a 2, 4, 5. All right, and we know that the 4 has to be up here, which is going to be yellows. 4s, 3s, 3s. Okay. All right, and then we know, okay, so the 2s have to go here because the 2 cannot go here because there's no V. So that's going to be 2. Okay, that works. 4, this can't be a 4. So 4 is going to be like that. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Very slowly. So then 4 is either, oh, didn't want that. Wanted 4s are going to be there. Okay. Okay, so we know that that cannot be a 6 and a 4. We know that. That's fine now. This is now 1, 2, 4 triple. And 2 can't be there. Oh, if this is a 1, 2, 4 triple, then the 2 has to be in the middle to separate the 1 and the 4. Okay, I like that. So that's going to be a 2. This can no longer be a 3. So that'll be the 3. I can delete that and then clean that up. And that'll be 3s as well. And pencil mark some 1s there. And this is a 1, 4. Okay. This is a 1, 5, 6. Okay, so 2, 4, 5. This can't be a 2, so it's a 4, 5. You know, for a 6 by 6, this is difficult. Wait a minute. No, never mind. Okay. Never mind. I was going to say something that I thought was correct, but was not. Thought that this was going to be a 4, 5 as well. But we know that the 4s are here. No. 4s could be there. 2s are there. 3s we already have. 3s, let's just... Oh, didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. 7, 0. Okay. That can be yellow and white. This can be green and white. This can be green and white as well. And yellow and white as well. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. Then we need 1, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we're going to do, that's a, delete that. Okay, so that's going to be yellow and red. That's red and yellow as well. Delete that white. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then I can do 4s here as well. 5s and 6s. Okay. Gonna remove the whites. Okay, so then we have, I think I'm making a mess of this. So white. Delete that one though. 1s, 2s, 3, 4s, 5s. Okay. Let's just, we're going to pencil mark it at everything, because if it's a yellow, that's, if it's green, it's 6. If it's blue, it's 5. 5, red is 1. Okay, so that's a 1, 4. So we know that it's a 1, 4. That is a 100% certainty. Now, if this 6 could be there, yeah. 1, okay. I'm making a right mess of this. So we know that that's not a 6, 4. But outside of that, I think it could be anything. All right, well then we got 1s, 2s. Wait, that can't be a 2, that cannot be a 2. 3, okay. 4, 5, and 6 is already there. Then we're gonna do 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5, and those are 6s. Wait, so that's a 3, 6 pair. No, 6s can go up here. Conyo. Okay, so is it worth it to pencil mark everything? Or color everything? Let's find out. Right? Might as well. 2s are oranges. They can all be 5s. Those are blue. 6s are green. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. Okay. So that can be also orange, yellow, or blue. 1, 3, 4, 5. So red and 1, 3. So then 4 and 5, delete that. So then 2 and 5 is orange and blue. Okay, oh, get rid of those whites. Does that help? Just looks like a bunch of colored windmills. Not a good sign when you can't even think of the word windmill. All right, so what can we clean up? What do we know cannot be together? We know that 3 cannot be next to 2. This is a 6, so this cannot be a 4. So that cannot be a yellow. It's not a 4. This cannot be next to 4 either, so this also cannot be a yellow. So yellows have to be up here. So this is definitely a red, so that's going to be a yellow. Then I can delete that red, that, oh no, wait, hang on. No, this is a yellow. There we go. So those are not yellow, so this is a yellow. So this will be blue, that will be yellow. These are no longer blues. Okay, and we know that blue is a 5, yellow is a 4, so that's a 4, that's going to be 4, that's a 1. So this can no longer be a 6, removes that green, so forces this to be green. So those cannot be greens anymore. This is a green. Okay, so let's place that as 6s. This can no longer be a 4 or a 6, so that's going to be a 5. That's a 4. And then we're going to clean that up. That's a blue. That's going to be a yellow. So then this is going to be orange and a 2. Okay, so then we can remove the orange from there and then the 2. This can no longer be a 1 either, so we can remove the red there. That's going to be red. So we're going to remove that red. So this is a 5, 1, 5, which puts that as a 2. This has to be a 2. That's a 6. That's going to be a 4. That's a 5. Delete the 5s. Delete the 1s. That's a 2, 6. So that's going to be a 1, 3. This is also going to be a 1, 3. That cannot be a 1, so that's going to be a 3. That's a 1, 3, 1. This cannot be a 2, so that's going to be a 6. That's a 2. Whoo, 2235. Were these clues really enough? I mean, they were because I did it, but woo, baby, that was difficult. I loved it, though. Good stuff. That was very good. Very, very good.